If you want summer colour, there is no beating bedding plants. The range, the extent of flower colour you can get, the season as well, from May right the way on until the first frost of November, they will keep on blooming if you look after them. Tobacco plants, petunias, calibrachoa, scaevola, French marigolds. Yes, some of us like French marigolds. They're all part of your armoury. They're bright, they're cheery, but for me, one of the best that can cope with bright sunshine, heavy rain, strong winds, and still look good. And on a day like today, when it's sunny and a bit breezy, that's when they're under stress. But ivy-leaved geraniums, ivy-leaved pelargoniums, if we're using their proper name, for me are matchless. They flop over a little bit. They're part of the spillers, if you like. The thrillers, the fillers and the spillers. The thriller here, these sweet peas growing up the top, and these are doing the dual role of being a filler and a spiller, just coming over the edge. A glorious ivy-leaf pelargonium. The flowers on them now are stunning. They will last a long while, but look at what's coming. It's absolutely full of bud. That is going to keep blooming from now in late June right the way through to the very end of summer and right on into autumn, if I'm kind to it. All bedding plants bar one need full sun. The one, busy lizzies, impatiens. You've got a spot in gentle shade. Busy lizzies are what you need to choose. They'll really enjoy growing there. Everything else that has a bright flower tends to love full sun. But to keep them blooming, you've got to be generous with them. And that means generous with the water. I make sure this compost in here, it's not soggy, but it doesn't dry out completely. If the compost dries out, and that's particularly important with hanging baskets, which are suspended in midair and much more likely to dry out with sun and wind, if they dry out, they'll stop flowering. So make sure they don't go short of water. They also need food. The more water you're putting on, the more food, nutrition you're leaching out of the compost. So liquid feeding them, perhaps once a week, is not too much. Diluted in the watering can and watered on. Sweet peas love moisture. You can tell these haven't started to come into flower yet because they're so enjoying growing. But the flowers are coming here now. By the time it's got to the top of this obelisk, providing support for climbers as well. The nutrition that's in there, because this is a deep container, will keep fueling it. Like all peas and beans, they love moisture and they love food. That will keep them going. So, moisture, food. What happens when the flowers fade? Deadhead them. Just go over them with a pair of secateurs, snipping off the faded flowers. It stops them producing seed, particularly in the case of sweet peas. Once they start to make seed, flowering will slow down. The same is true of a lot of bedding plants. So when the flowers fade, snip them off with secateurs, or if they're like these pelargoniums, I've got one in a pot here because it's easier to show you. Don't snip them off because that bit of stalk will die back. If you look right down here, there's a sort of knobbly bit. This is a faded flower, and all you have to do is to tweak it like that. It comes away cleanly and you've got nothing there to die back. This is a particularly pathetic pelargonium, I know, but on bigger plants with more flowers like this, just peel them off like that and you'll find they keep producing flowers. Once they start making seed, they think, my job here's done. My next generation is coming. Don't let them. Keep deadheading them, feeding them, watering them, training them, and you'll have as sunny a summer, even if the old currant bun doesn't come out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe to get even more from Gardener's World magazine.